Road to Ironman, days 1 through 30. Process and progress. The beginning was hard. A 12-minute run left me heaving for air, but it was educational. Nike Run Club's guided runs showed me I could do more than I thought if I ran correctly. After 1 week was down, I felt as though it was important, yet I felt no pride. That was day 1 of this series. That feeling of dissatisfaction with my life was what motivated me to finally put myself out there after years of procrastinating and putting off making any videos. I think I got about 14 views that day. It wasn't much, but it was something, and something's better than nothing. On a trip during days 6 through 7, I took a short break from running and, to make up for it, set an ambitious goal for my return. 10 miles. 10 miles. All I knew was that I said I would do it. It wasn't fast, it wasn't steady, but it was very hard, and I was just going barely faster than walking. Yet I was running on fumes. There were strange pains and constant side cramps, but the drive to be a man of my word pushed me through it. We succeeded and pushed past our known limits. Success. Completing those 10 miles set a new high that was hard to match. I felt great, but I also felt bad. Feeling like I wasn't measuring up to that day left me dissatisfied with many runs after, but it was necessary to show me that I was undermining myself based off of my perceived limits. Comparison is the thief of joy. I couldn't stop thinking about the other runners I saw and how much slower I was than them. I tried to run faster, but in the process I ran worse, and that brought knee pain that I had warded off until then, which unfortunately only made me even slower. Don't compare yourself to others, especially when you're first starting. I tried experimenting with cadence since I knew I'd have to improve at some point, but I was not ready. I tried to jump to the top level all at once instead of taking the stairs. This showed me how much I have yet to learn, but it did teach me some things about proper form. I still plan to work on my cadence, but it is something for the future. Pain. While running one day, I was struck with a sharp knee pain worse than anything I had felt so far. I tried taking a break, I tried stretching, but it came back every time I ran, so I ran through it. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't fast, but it was something. I learned through trial and error that as long as I keep running, this type of pain won't come until I stop, so I need to run the whole time without taking breaks. In some ways, this was a good thing because it gave me the motivation to avoid the temptation of a quick breather, but I hope that with an improvement in form, this issue will stay in the past. I learned how to make better shorts during my knee pain struggles. I switched to shorter videos, added music, and incorporated hashtags. I believe in the idea that a person learns fastest while actually doing the thing they're learning about. So my videos may have started bad, but I believe they will improve greatly with given time. Most significantly, I changed the name of my series from Fitness Journey to Road to Ironman because that is one of my biggest goals for the line down. And when the day comes that we do successfully run an Ironman, the series will end. Another will take its place. Unfortunately, I came to realize that in making my videos shorter and adding music and incorporating hashtags, really I was just making them like the popular videos, which instead of making them stand out, just made them blend in, which was not what I wanted. Toward the 30th day, we finally found rhythm. A base pace that we can run without pain, without strain, and for any distance we like. I believe this was the referred recovery pace I had been looking for. It is a satisfying and relaxing pace. I'll rely on it heavily in the future. After 30 days of running and learning, I finally feel confident and I'm looking forward to what lies next. The road to Ironman is a long one, but I'm on it. I hope that this video finds people who are looking for a sign to start their own journey, and maybe, just maybe, it gives them a bit of the motivation needed to act on it. If that's you, then remember these words. Define your own story. Take some risk. Every day is an opportunity to be better. Day 31 through 50, I'll admit now that I stopped after day 50, and this was a while ago, so this will be a summary of what I can remember. As my fall semester wrapped up, I expected to find my runs a bother and a waste of important studying time, but I was surprised to feel as though they were a way to relax and unwind after hours of schoolwork. The knee pain is all or nothing. If I surrender to it and walk, I can't run again. I feel like that's a metaphor for life. Those who go the farthest get there because they have never stopped. They just keep going. Those who accomplish the least in life do so because they never started. The runs have been good to me. They've reminded me that I can do more than I realize, something I often forget. My brother came to visit and we hung out for a while. I don't get to see him much, so it was a welcome surprise. I learned a tough lesson about dieting from the exercise you're doing. Never eat Chipotle before a run. Bad idea. My aerobic base has become solid, and 5 miles wasn't even that hard anymore. Rest days felt more restless than anything. I ran during finals week, and it didn't bother me much at all. In fact, it was a nice way to let go of all the stress for a while. But something seemed to leave me as the semester ended. I was working on improving the videos, but my motivation to exercise took a big hit. We even skipped one of our days for the first time in the challenge on day 46. Motivation was seeping out like a bucket with a hole in it. I think the stress of my first semester wrapping up and feeling like my progress was plateauing or even reversing had finally hit me full force, and to top it off, I was having constant issues with the software I used to make these videos. I had planned to take a couple days off to give myself some time to plan and improve the videos ahead, but that break became indefinite. I never picked the series back up. I went for some runs a few times after, but once the motivation for the videos giving me had left, I just couldn't find the courage to come back. Something about the shame of failing prevented me from getting back up. It's just like I said before, those who get the furthest get there because they don't stop. I wanted to post and I wanted to never stop, but once I did, I couldn't take it back. Quitters never win and winners never quit. Post 50 days. Since then, I've had difficulty finding motivation to exercise. I've had difficulty finding myself in what has felt like a roller coaster ride. I traveled constantly over the summer. I derailed my plans in order to visit my brother in Hawaii for a few weeks. I spent a large amount of my savings and lost a lot of time that I could have used productively but didn't have the courage or skill to make use of. I moved and switched to a 4-year university, and the stress of so many unexpected issues really took it out of me. This was a battle and I lost, but those 50 days were my first time breaking through that barrier that kept me from uploading in the first place. And I don't regret making them one bit. While in a lot of ways I'm worse off than I was during those 50 days, I feel like at the very least I've stopped sliding down the slippery slope of depression. I finally got myself a job, and even though in the end I failed to find work in the role I wanted and had to return to my old job I had when I still lived here, the fact that I have an income is a confidence booster that I'm happy to have back, and while I have only stopped getting worse, I'm trying to regain my footing and will climb back up to where I was, and then further and further. I've found myself again, or at least at peace, and will work on my return. I have no doubt that I will return to the world of YouTube better than ever. I hope I'll have a fan or two that will cheer my return. It won't be the same, but that's because it'll be better. I sincerely hope that, as short-lived as this series was, at least one person out there took inspiration to improve themselves from this, and if that happened even for a moment, then this was a success. Guys, I want you to recognize that you're never just going to receive courage. You'll receive opportunities to act with courage. If you stumble, don't take that as a sign to stop. Take that as a sign to get back up, because that's exactly what it is.